Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Goodwin of YouBostonSports.com. We're live in West Hartford at the meeting of the World Series Club of Greater Hartford in West Hartford with me, John Corn. How are you? Exciting
night.
night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Keith Foulke.
Yeah, Keith Foulke is the guest here tonight, and so dinner is in a little while. So we figured we'd talk on the show before dinner and before the guest does his little presentation and Q&A. And so I guess the theme tonight would be the 04 team.
2004, yeah. The year they broke the curse.
And what Keith Foulke really meant to this team.
Never thought we'd see, you know?
That's right. And what Keith Foulke really thought, really meant for this team and his performance in the playoffs. One earned run was all it was. And, before he came to the Red Sox, the 5 years that from 2000 to 2004, he was really a dominant closer in the league.
Yeah. And he was on the mound for the 8 clinching games in a row. I think it was the 4 games sweep with the Yankees. No, 3 of those games, yep. And all 4 World Series games. He was on the mound,
right,
in the 9th inning.
It's really unbelievable.
That's astonishing.
And I think he had 1 save, and that was it. But that shows you the Red Sox, had a lead larger than 3 runs.
Yeah, he would come in the middle of the 8th on a 6-2. I think one of the games Schilling was pitching. They were winning like 6-2 in the 8th. He came in like in the middle of the 8th inning, and I don't think he got a save because they had. But yeah, I know what you mean. He was on the mound when they won those games.
Yeah,
and he was on the mound when they finally won the whole thing.
And in 03, you pointed out earlier, he played for the A's, played for the White Sox and the A's. 03 was really his best year. 43 saves for the A's. The Rolaids Fireman of the Year, and who was his bench coach?
Terry Francona.
So I think if we can find out, what his relationship was with Terry Francona in Oakland, that'd be kind of interesting. And I want to extend to everyone listening and watching right now, if you have a question that you would ask Keith Foulke tonight, put it in the comments, and we will see if we can ask the question. If one of us gets the mic, I know you have a couple of questions you want to ask, so I don't want to infringe upon you, right? Well, what question do you want to ask him?
Want to ask Keith Foulke?
Yeah. What would you ask him?
What would I ask him?
You're gonna grab the mic first, right?
I don't know. I want to hear what they have to ask him.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. We've been to these meetings before, and the questions are usually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of questions that to me are very thoughtful, and a lot of things having to do with statistics, sabermetrics, and history of the game. So that's why I like these meetings.
I want to know what he was thinking during that bloody sock, quote-unquote bloody sock game. That's a good one. He came in and saved that game, too.
Mm-hmm.
He came in the 9th inning in that one. And what he was thinking in the 9th inning at the because these guys always think differently than we do. We're fans. We're watching. To them, it's nothing but execution, moment by moment. So that's probably all it was with him. But I want to hear what he has to say.
Well, you got to figure that being on the mound for the deciding out, there's got to be a little bit. It's got to be a little bit different thought there. With the magnitude of the situation. They think, of course, I don't know if Keith Foulke thinks of the word magnitude when it comes to being on the mound. Do you?
And a lot of these guys are from other parts of the country. I don't think they understood the enormity of the Red Sox finally to breaking the curse, but they really didn't. He may have never heard of the curse of the Bambino until he came to Boston in April that year. What I mean?
I'm sure he knew about it though. and I think one thing that stuck out in my mind is. After they won the World Series, when Curt Schilling said this is the best Red Sox team ever assembled. Well, I don't want to kind of go into it too much, but that was eclipsed this year for sure.
I don't think anybody can deny that 2018 was one of the best teams ever.
Right,
ever.
Right.
Really.
But I think the accomplishment of the 04 team to break through, and speaks for itself.
And
obviously,
the way they did it. I mean, they lost Game 3 to the Yankees. 19-8 at Fenway Park. They came back the next night. It was, I believe, it was a 12-inning game. Grueling. They win a walk-off. The same thing happens the next night. 14 innings. I mean, this is grueling. Okay, Wakefield pitches like 3-4 innings of relief. The 11th, 12th, and 13th inning.
Yeah,
then the next day they're at Yankee Stadium. Curt Schilling comes out injured and pitches a 3-hitter for 7 innings. And Foulke comes out and he shut that one. I don't know who came in the 8th. and then the game 4 was the way they did it was absolutely. It wasn't that they won the World Series that year. It's the way they did. They came out of the grave and did it.
Right. And I mean, Wakefield, they really sacrificed him in that game to just pitch as many innings as he could to save the staff, and it worked. It obviously worked, which was really unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah. So, well, I definitely am interested to hear what Keith Foulke has to say. A lot of Red Sox fans here, obviously.
Yeah, they said it was 140 people here.
Yeah, I guess the advanced reservations ended this afternoon, but there's certainly a huge amount of tables set up. I think more than usual here tonight. So yeah, it should be interesting. Any other thoughts on what you might ask Keith? Or
I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
Now he's going to be.
How about you?
Yeah. I'd like to kind of know what his thoughts were on Terry Francona, in Oakland. And I know he's going to be at the Portland Sea Dogs Hot Stove meeting. I believe it's next Tuesday. And he's also tweeted that he's going to be at Red Sox Winter Weekend a week from Saturday. So he's got a schedule. He's doing player development for the Red Sox.
Is he from does he work for the Red Sox?
He does. He works in player development. He works in player development. Yeah. And I understand he lives in Boston full time, is what I heard. Mm-hmm. So he's from Texas, like a lot of pitchers we know. He's from Texas, but I guess he's here full time. So I can only think he does some PR for the Red Sox too. He's going to be here tonight in Portland on Tuesday night, and at Winter Weekend on a week from Saturday. So we'll be at Winter Weekend broadcasting live. We're not sure who's going to be there because the list hasn't come out, but of course it's going to be mostly current players and a lot of alumni. So we're looking forward to that as well. So I think we'll wrap it up from here. Again, we're in West Hartford, Connecticut at the World Series Club of Greater Hartford January meeting. The guest tonight is Keith Foulke.
There's been some interesting guests here in the past. Jack Morris was here one time, about 3 years ago.
That's right, Rich Gedman. Hey, Matt, if you have a question for Keith Foulke, tonight, put it in the comments, and if I get the microphone, I'll ask your question. So we have a couple of people watching right now. But we're looking forward to hearing Keith tonight and Red Sox Winter Weekend a week from Saturday. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll show you some sights and sounds from the venue here tonight before you sign off.